So we can say back-to-back conversations on what's happening here in Nigeria. If you just tuned in, this is Breakfast Central. We're going straight to the front pages of the papers, and joining us this morning is public affairs analyst, Mr. Habib Aruna.
And journalist,
yes, of course, and journalist. I mean, by the way, I must say this. Well done, sir.
Yes,
a seasoned journalist. I like the fact that you spent years covering the Lagos State House of Assembly as well.
I'm a political reporter.
So you've done this, yes. And I want to ask this question, I think before we go to the papers. Being a political reporter all through the years, how would you what's your scorecard of the political scenery that we have now, currently, since last year up until now? Seeing people, you know, cross-carpeting here and there.
The sort of conversations
the National
we're
Assembly,
having.
State Assembly, around politics and so on.
What we are saying, I'm not comfortable at all. It's not something that you should be proud of. My spirit is not animated with the way and manner our politicians are behaving. You know, we have Democrats. We have democracy, not Democrats. We have people that don't believe in the Constitution. We have people whose loyalty is not with the Constitution, but with human being. You know, people that are not selfless, but selfish. People that are not pragmatic, but opportunistic. And that does not help democracy. No matter how you rate Obasanjo, no matter how you rate Yaradua, or Jonathan, they never desecrated the institution of democracy, as we are saying now. It should be a concern to all of us. You know, we should allow the institution of democracy to prevail. And that is why people say eternal vigilance is the price you must pay for liberty and freedom. But be vigilant. Because you are not, before you know what is happening, you have been reloaded. Before you know what is happening, the train has left you at the station. So you have to be up and you have to be proactive in watching these guys for the mess of our system for us. So I'm not to encourage, but I believe that there are mechanisms, you know, mechanisms in the system that can give us an amendment. That yes, they can give us a way forward, a roadmap. You know, on the way forward. And they are aware of it, they are aware. The people are aware, and Nigerians are capable. They have the capacity, you know, to make sure that these guys fall into line.
Like you said, the price is eternal vigilance, and we keep watching.
Absolutely.
I mean, President Trump, like somebody, our guest rightly said, he will say, oh, I've cancelled birthright citizenship, or executive voters. The courts will say, look, you can't do that. You have to fall in line. So we have to hold them accountable.
Absolutely.
Well, let's start off now. Let's go to Daily Independent. That's our very first paper this morning. Senate considers reduction of election cost on Daily Independent. Senate considers reduction of election cost campaign period. They're looking at that. Wants conduct of presidential, guber, other polls same day. Same day. That's what they want. They want everything to be done same day as regards compared to what we usually have. Reps move to bar over 60 from running for president, according to the government.
I mean, that's ageism, age discrimination. The nation is built with the youthfulness of its population and also the wisdom of and experience of the old. So
anyway,
not totally.
Northern youths condemn bill to convert Lagos 37 LCDAs to LGAs. June 12, Senate rejects motion seeking to immortalize Humphrey Nwosu. I think I'm going to start with that. Let's start with that story. You saw the anger. You saw what happened in the House. How, you know, a few senators stormed out of the building, walked away and said, you cannot do this. And currently, as we speak, there is a counter reaction to what was said to what was said by former Edo State Governor Oshomole, who said that the former INEC boss never recognized the late Moshood Abiola. Never announced the results, and he also said he didn't recognize him as one who won the election. But then again, videos have surfaced, and interviews by, of course, Sahara, interview done by Showore himself, where he actually recognized and said so. So what are we going to do in this situation? There seems to be, he said, she said, they said.
And why does it seem to be so divisive?
You see, if you understand the basics, the context is that there's an election on June 12, 1993. I was in Kano, I voted. I voted at a primary school near my house at Arija Road, Yankaba. After voting, me and some guys that were there were watching the trend. Almost all the other guys queue behind Abiola's picture.
Option A4.
We just, after the voting, now the guy, 3 of us, took a ride, went through town. I'm telling you, I personally went through the town, went to the polling booth of Tofa. Abiola won. Get out the poster. Abiola won the election there. But it was a different day entirely. Now Nigeria decided to forgo the issue of ethnicity, religion, and voted for one man that they believe can move the country forward, which is Abiola. And who superintended that election? Of Nwosu. Despite all odds, of Nwosu came out to supervise the election. There are many people that were also involved, homology, CDS, head, Professor Homology, who came out and said, I let you announce the result. And next year announce the result that Abiola, somebody won the election. But you see, based on the circumstances of Nwosu, it would be difficult for him to announce the result like that without obeying the orders of Babangida and Abacha. These people were hell-bent, and David Mark.
David Mark, yeah.
One of the principal characters.
Yes.
That Abiola must not rule.
Yes.
It's a record. You know, so it cannot, and these are the people that benefit from democracy. But they said the president twice. You know, these are the people that hijacked the process before Nwosu was able to announce the result. But why I faulted Nwosu was that should have dared them announce the result. Abiola dared them today, my brother. Abiola will live forever in our consciousness. We cannot mention June 12th to Abiola. He paid the highest price for democracy. Nwosu should have been bold enough. You know, the law is very clear. You can't tell you come into a corner that should not. No. This is the result. The man won the election. The one should know.
I mean,
he was afraid.
Yeah.
Yes, and rightly too.
Rightly so.
But he cannot benefit from what he did not do. So it's an emotional thing. People from the southwest, right, and from the north say no. This man cannot be beneficiary of what he did not do. But the Igbos too, it's an emotional thing. And South say no. He conducted an election free and fair, and he said in an interview that Abiola won the election. So you need to be immortalized. But personally, my opinion, I don't think it deserves to be immortalized. To be named ANEC office again after him. No, how? He did not announce the election.
Yeah, but we understand the circumstances.
He even says circumstances at times he wants to be a man.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, being a man.
And yes, because he did not do the right thing at that time.
MK Abiola was arrested after a Petedo declaration. It could have been.
Everyone has a place in history. But it does not deserve to be immortalized. That's my opinion. You know, because if he had announced the result, this is the law that guided my operations as ANEC, as Electoral Commission chairman. Okay. And empowers me to do ABC. Now I've done AB, the man C, and I'm empowered by the constitution to do it. Go ahead and do it.
Doing C in the military regime would be suicidal.
I don't think he would have been killed. Even if they have killed him, God forbid, it would have been history. And by now it would be easy for anybody to argue that it needs to be immortalized. But since he did not announce the result. And he was even quoted as saying in some places that the election was inconclusive. So it's to me, we should be very careful in looking at.
There's also a school of thought that thinks if the Southeast region is so keen on immortalizing him, why is it that institutions and buildings and things in that geographical region have not been named after him all these years?
Why didn't the government of Enugu State immortalize Nwosu before now? They can name the other assembly after him.
That before Buhari immortalized MK Abiola, there were already so many things.
So there are arguments, but personally, I did not think the man went the whole hog, you know, in announcing the result.
Anyway.
Yeah, so the don't deserve to be immortalized based on that. On that.
Anyway, let's look at another story very quickly before Gbenga takes the next paper. I'd like you to also speak on the plans to bar over 60 from running for president. Many have called this a plot twist, but we do have a caller. Let's take the call first. Good morning, Lade.
Good morning, Lade from Lagos.
Good morning, everyone. I hope you can hear me.
Yes.
Yes, we can. Just speak up a little bit more, and you can go ahead.
I just wanted to comment on immortalizing the former NEC chairman who did not announce the results of the 1993 election. I would like to agree. Hello, can you hear me? I would like
Yes,
to
we can. Go ahead.
with your guest, because if he had done the right thing, then his name should be not just in stone, but in marble. He didn't do the right thing. He announced, I think, about 13 or half of the states out of 26. Because I was also, I voted during that election. That's the first election I ever voted in my life, after 22 years of being on earth. So it is unfortunate that at the end of the day, you now bring it up. If you don't immortalize the man who you said won the elections, or you didn't even declare him the election winner, then why should we immortalize him? He did the wrong thing. And I agree with your guest. I totally agree with him.
All right. Thank you
Thank
so
you very
much.
much, Wale.
He totally agrees with you. But let's look at this. Reps moved to bar over 60 from running for president. That's what I know. You've seen the laws, a lot of them that have been passed. It's getting second reading. But one of them was turned down yesterday. Of course, immunity taking off vice presidents, governors, but left for president. What's your take on all of these laws and the over 60 running for?
Lawmakers, they run mad again.
Olarotimi.
You see, I said yesterday on the program.
That sounds like a book.
Yeah,
I was saying yesterday on the program, the TV program, that this immunity thing cannot work. Yes, based on my experience as a reporter, as a political reporter, cannot work. Because a governor, an executive governor, just like the president, we have to take some decisions in the sake of development and good governance and growth. Those decisions, many people will not like it, you know. But those people will be distracted if you can take them to court. They are not immune from certain challenges, you know, from citizens. So that is why the writers of the Constitution found it expedient and appropriate to put it in the Constitution that these people are immune certain time, either 4 years or 8 years. When they leave office, you cannot go and you can sue them. But once you are there, you can't sue them because they will be distracted. It's a normal thing. And yesterday, what happened yesterday? They reversed what they said. You know, just like this cannot work. Many of the people that are active now,
60
who are ambitious, are 60 plus. Are you telling me Obi should not be able to contest?
So that's where the plot twist.
It cannot work.
That's where the plot twist comes in, because a lot of persons are saying that Nigeria is planning to move to a parliamentary system. That's another one again, where Nigeria would go back to having a prime minister who would be, of course, as powerful as the other prime ministers in the world. And then they're saying that this 60 plus is, in a way, a plot twist. I mean, it's just what experts are saying, that it's a plot twist of not allowing Atiku, Obi, and the likes to run again.
I've not seen any law in any country that gives that kind of age limit to people who want to contest elections. I've not seen it. It is the system that develops to a certain stage that some people will not say, no, I'm not qualified to contest. Yes. Yeah, I mean, it's a system. By the time you develop, you redefine yourself, you know. But Nigeria have not reached that stage yet.
You don't think this bill will see the light of day?
No, you cannot. Because these are recommendations by the National Assembly. It must be approved by 2/3 of state assemblies and assented to
by the president.
You cannot imagine the president excluding himself for contesting. Who is already planning. These are the things these are recommendations. We know they can do that, but they should be more serious. These are misadventures.
With realistic proposals.
It cannot work.
Okay.
Bring over to you on your paper.
Yeah, let's take a look at the front page of the Punch. Okay, I believe we have Elder David on the line. Let's take that before we look at the Punch newspapers. Elder David, good morning to you.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Go ahead and share your contributions with us.
Thank you very much. What draws my attention is PDP governor going to court over the issue of Rivers State. It is very unfortunate. When Obasanjo declared a state of emergency, that was in Plateau State. That is in Ekiti State. The other opposition did not go to court because of it. And why is it? It's only PDP state. In 1999, we have state of emergency. We have impeachment. Obasanjo impeached the governor of Bayelsa State and handcuffed him. The word does not fall. When Jonathan was there, he impeached Yanko from Adamawa, the word does not fall. The governor of Rivers State allowed himself to be used by Atiku and Obasanjo to create problems because somebody from the south west have already won an election, the fourth president, civilian president from the western region, the best we can think about this country. Yes, Zig was from the eastern region. Jonathan was from the eastern region. Habib Aruna is from the northern region, civilian. Then you have Jagari from the northern region. Then you have Yaradua from the northern region. Then you have, may God bless him, and that is the man has just left. Buhari, may God bless him. The people that come to change his game for us to better. It's only Obasanjo that military to this who said that no civilian from the west. But today, we thank God he's alive. To see Tinubu there, Tinubu will remain there to 2031.
All right.
All
All right, Elder David, thank you.
Thank you very much, Elder David. Now, still talking about the front page of the newspaper. 60-year age limit. PDP others knock rep. Say bill on president governors misplaced. We also have experts lament crude shortage. Fund ground 7 refineries. I mean, we're an oil-producing state. What's happening with the shortage of crude oil? 807 meningitis cases, 74 deaths recorded in 22 states, says the NCDC. Rivers Elders Group slam ABAS for sacking Fubara's appointees. I would like to take your reaction on that much later. Daniel Abiodun trade wars over Taswed takeover by federal government. Mahama briefs Tinubu on ECOWAS talks with Niger, Mali, and Burkina Faso. Parents tackle Ogun School over incisions on children's bodies. Some will say it's tradition, it's meant to protect them. Does the school have a right on what you see on the body of its pupils? I would also like to know your take on that. Local government crisis. Osun APC PDP clash after meeting with AGF and Idel Fitri. NSCDC deploys operatives in prayer grounds and others. And also Tinubu marks 73rd birthday today. 6 spiritual guidance on Nigeria. Happy birthday, Mr. President. We're coming to eat rice later. So let's take this call before we get your reactions, Mr. Aruna.
Hello, Dina.
Hello.
All right, go ahead, please.
All right, good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, so I just listened to Elder David speak, and I can actually say he's an APC member. But please, let us be careful where we are dragging this country to. You cannot use the same system of 1996 in 2025. This is 21st century. We should be careful what we are doing. We have children in this world. We should be careful what we're teaching our children. The system is collapsing and nobody is saying anything about it. Let me use this illustration. Our Oga in the studio. If today God takes you back to Eden, Garden of Eden, and gives you an Eve to stay with, He takes that apple, eats it, and gives it back to you. Will you eat it? Let's not justify somebody's mistake in the past. We are meant to be correcting things our fathers have done, the mistakes they've done. Let us correct it. The state of emergency in Rivers State is against this constitution. It is against the constitution. We should say the truth. We should say the truth. This country is collapsing and nobody is saying anything about it. Thank you.
Thank you, Dina. I would appreciate if we just stay on the conversation and not join the issues with our callers. Everyone has a right to their opinion. Now, back to you, Mr. Habib Aruna, on the state of emergency in Rivers State and the sole administrator sacking political appointees. Do you think he should have left them? And by doing so, how is governance and going to take place in the state?
Don't forget that we are in a state of emergency. So, and it's a sole administrator. just like Moses in the Bible. You know,
They appoint one.
people used to say, if Moses were a committee, the children of Israel will still be in Egypt. So God appointed Moses as the sole administrator, and were able to leave Egypt to the promised land. So the legality or otherwise of this emergency rule is not the issue here. The issue is that the man has been appointed by the president.
But pragmatically, is it enough to work with permanent secretaries?
No.
Directors?
I think the man is trying to stabilize the state, make sure the state is on a sound footing for good governance to take place. But in my view, he's a bit overreaching himself. You know, he's a bit overreaching himself. He should not, and I think citizens in that state should challenge what he's doing in court. You know, state of emergency does not mean that you usually should not operate. Does not mean that if you are infringing on people's rights, you know, you should not be cautioned. You know, so people should.
It's not absolute.
It's never absolute. But also, don't forget that the man has the order, defining functions, you know, to restore law and order, peace in Rivers State. And they can only do that by making sure that it does not involve himself in partisanship. So if he's sacking those political appointees, if after 6 months Fubara comes back, they will also come back with him. So I think it's something, those things are temporary. It's just to enable him to organize himself, stabilize the state, and make sure that it's good governance for the benefit of the state and the citizens.
Those political appointees have family members to feed.
No, it's not.
They should look for other work.
Political appointees.
Okay.
They will find a way around it. You know, there's no way. There's no way.
Like the lawmakers.
There's no way some people will not be affected adversely with what is going on. Not to face it. You know, you are coming with him. Now they call them Abobaje in Yoruba land. If man is falling, eventually you have to fall with him. Abibaku. But eventually, I hope that this issue will be resolved in 6 months, so that brother can come back and continue his tenure.
Now, experts are lamenting crude oil shortage, and it's grounding some refineries. Even Dangote is importing crude oil. Do we have issues with the sabotage or theft of crude oil? What's really going on with that?
That's a very big topic, my friend. Big topic. First of all, there's no way that will not import crude oil. You cannot feed the refinery with enough crude oil, so you need to import. It's normal. It's normal. You import. But I've always argued that non-state actors in Nigeria are too powerful. Who are the people stealing our oil, our crude oil? Who are they? Tompolo has been raising alarm. I will listen to Tompolo. Who are the people involved in stealing our oil? Are they spirit? Why is the government incapable? Why has the government failed to deal with them?
Successive governments, not just this government.
So why are the non-state actors so powerful that the government does not have the capacity to bring them in? These are the things we should ask ourselves. We must look at the root and look at the surface. If there's not enough crude, there's something that's happening. Some people are stealing it. And it's the responsibility of government, the federal government, led by Tinubu, to make sure that our oil is not stolen. It's our patrimony and our commonwealth. It should not be stolen. People that are doing it should be brought to book and prosecuted.
All right, we have just 2 minutes to wrap things up very quickly. I want to take the Tribune, and the reason why I want us to take that is because of your your work all through the years. There's a big story brewing in Lagos. The front page of the Tribune, alleged 2023 election funding. Atiku rubbishes link with Nwosu. I know you've heard that story. He says, I've never met him. I had no transaction with him. Money transfer allegation aimed at sacking Lagos governor. And there have been calls from negotiants. The calls are, where is Governor Nwosu? People have not been seeing him. People have not been seeing a lot coming from the governor. So these allegations, and in link with what Atiku has said, what's your take on it?
There has been this story flying around all this while that the governor is not in good terms with the godfather, President Tinubu. And when I scratched the surface, when I asked my sources, I learned that it's not unconnected with the relationship of the governor with some people that are close to the PDP. So people added 2 plus 2 together and arrived at 4. That it's possible that with this kind of relationship that the governor was having with those people, that the governor was siphoning money through that source to the PDP. You know, I'm not sure how far that is true. You know, but that is
it's alleged.
Everyone saying, and these are top members of the APC. So that is why presumably
You have this. You have this.
the president has not been happy with the governor. There was a rumor that was to be impeached.
Yeah.
Some few weeks ago, to be impeached. But we impeach him. The lawmakers have with him. So it's difficult for them to.
Are they really with him?
No, they don't look at with him.
Godfather.
You don't look at with him for now.
Okay.
Yes, I can tell you that. But you know, in Lagos, it's abracadabra.
Absolutely.
The more you look, the less you
Let
see.
me see. Anyway,
Thank you very much, Mr.
Habib Aruna. We look forward to have you very soon, especially with our new announcements that we're making on the show here on Breakfast Central. That announcement will come to you pretty soon. Stay glued to your TV sets. On the weekend, we're going to break that announcement. And of course, we'd like to have the likes of the seasoned journalists join us when we start off on that note. Well, talking about that note, that's all for Breakfast Central on a Friday. Thanks for watching. I wanted to say I'm Benga Burowa, you know.
Yeah. And I'm Joe Hansen.
Nice one. You caught
Please
See you
remember
guys
to
later.
join Breakfast Extra tomorrow and on Sunday as the conversation continues. Thank you.
Thanks
Bye-bye.
for watching. Bye, guys.